We'll now proceed to 7B3, report regarding FM&O, facility maintenance and operation projects. Dr. Gonzalez.
Yes, sir. This evening we bring this monthly report from the Facilities Maintenance and Operation Department about construction projects, both underway and completed throughout the district. And we have Dr. Barrera and Mr. Ruben Trevino here to present this month's projects.
Well, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
And
Good evening, Doc.
let me cue this up. I've got Mr. Ruben Trevino here. He's our executive director for facilities maintenance and operations. I need to, I like that.
How was your weekend, Ruben?
Good.
Touching up some last-minute details, I suppose?
You bet.
Thank you, sir.
That's good. We said dead space there. We got to fill it out. Well, thank you.
No dead air.
Oh, dead air.
Go green. There you go. And
Good evening, Dr. Gonzalez, members of the board. Tonight I'll be presenting on the facilities maintenance and operations projects. Most of these projects got completed over this summer. The first slide that we have is the resurfacing of all gym floors district-wide. We've got one gym floor pending, which is Memorial High School, and that's scheduled to be done on the 25th of this week, and it's on schedule to get finished. The next slide is a Rowe High School Special Systems upgrade, which was a big project that we had this summer for Rowe High School. The substantial completion was achieved. Auditorium is pending. The deadline for the auditorium to be turned over to us by the contractor is September the 18th, and that is all part of the original contract. As far as the scoreboards, we have the Rowe High School natatorium, the new scoreboard with timing equipment. That was completed this summer. All three high school coaches were trained, including the coordinator for swimming, and that's ready to go. The Memorial High School synthetic turf project, that was substantially complete 2 days right when practice started, and we had the ribbon cutting opening ceremonies last week. The original scheduled date was September 21st. It was scheduled way in advance. The following slide are the whiteboard installations that we did this summer at the various campuses. We had Morris Middle School with 77, McAllen 42, Gonzalez 50, Brown 21, Alvarez 3, and Lamar is pending delivery of those 20 whiteboards to get installed. What consisted of that was removal of anything that we had, which were the old-style chalkboards, repainting of the wall from corner to corner, which is a new education wall, and that was all completed also this summer. The next one is our Veterans Memorial Stadium scoreboard. Substantial completion was achieved July 27th. We had training. All the staff was trained already, and we're ready to go for this Thursday. The following is the ongoing carpet removal and tile installation in various portables and common areas. Last year, we were able to achieve all the carpet removal in the classroom areas and main buildings. Now we concentrated on portables and common areas. Those are the different campuses that have been completed or about to get complete on a couple of them, and it will continue until we're done with everything that we have on the list. The kitchen electrical upgrades and the serving counter upgrades. Kitchen electrical upgrades, that is, we're working with Prodigy Construction, and we've got Milam, McAuliffe, and Roosevelt fully complete. They were able to be used today, and the other 5 schools are on schedule, and we expect them to be complete in the near 20 to 30 days.
Those are dual, right? 2?
Yes. We have the fire replacement and installation that was achieved, substantial was achieved on Wilson, Escandon, and Morris a week ago. Ongoing is Seguin and Houston, which substantial completion on contract is September the 18th, and Bonham is about to go out for bidding.
Mr. Trevino, if I may, is that the same project we did at Rowe, similar to, or?
This is strictly fire alarm.
Okay,
Row involved 3 or 4 different items.
gotcha.
The bleacher replacements at the different gymnasiums, we had the Brown Middle School that's been completed. Memorial High School, which you see up there, has been completed as well. Training was given to the custodial staff by the installers. And we have Travis Middle School scheduled to be delivered this week to go in the second gym to be completed as well. We had the portable relocations. 4 classrooms were moved to Lamar. Those portables are just pending the intercom and fire alarm, which is scheduled for this Wednesday. And the furniture should be moved in also this week. And we also have 4 classrooms that have been moved to Morris Middle School. And once those 4 are complete, Mr. McCleany over at Morris will begin using those immediately. The power washing team, as we call them, they work pretty much all summer on the school entrances, the courtyards mostly, and the big letter signs aren't scheduled for this coming week. We have 1 already done, pending the other 2. And of course, any graffiti and any playgrounds that were already fully cleaned and power washed, sanitized as well, district-wide. The high ceiling cleaning that's ongoing. Right now, with the crews have been working at Lincoln and Morris, and they just finished the Memorial High School gym while the bleacher installation was going on. The submitted and completed work orders for the 2 months, June 523 and 756, which were some of the carryover work orders from the previous month, and July 555 and 276. Additional projects that were completed this summer by FMO were the Memorial Girls Athletic Locker Room, McHigh Tennis Court fence repair, the portable relocations, 1 administrative portable, memorial concrete benches, tennis courts, parking lot fire lane and restriping. That's ongoing. There's very, very few parking lots that are pending. We got a little behind due to the high winds in the month of July that we had. We didn't want to overspray any parking lot areas. And we've got the Rowe High School and the Leon Middle School roof replacements, which are ongoing. The Rowe roof is scheduled to be completed April 22nd. Is substantial completion on contract. And the De Leon roof is scheduled to be completed November 1st. De Leon right now is probably about 85 to 90% complete already. We have the Milan Pavilion, which is already at the purchasing department. It should be going out to bid the following week, and we're good to go there. And we have the additional chiller replacements, which we are working currently with half, which will be going in Alvarez, Seguin, Roosevelt, Rayburn, and Travis at this time. We also have some upcoming projects that we're going to start, we've already started working on, which is the Thigpen Zavala walkways, repairing them and repainting all the columns. Jackson Elementary Nurse's Office, splitting that up and making turn it into, adding an isolation room. The Travis Middle School tennis courts, the district-wide portable exterior repainting, athletic lockers repair and replacements. We'll be working with lockers over in Rowe, Travis, and Lincoln. The 3 high school band towers that are going out to bid, 1 for each high school. The paving projects that we have on budget for this school year, which is Milam, Bulldog Drive, and Morris Middle School. The Rowe High School air handlers, which will be starting the design for the air handlers at the campus. The fine arts upgrades, Lincoln tennis court resurfacing, and rooftop units. Right now we have Houston, Gonzalez, Lincoln, McAuliffe, and Garza that'll be replaced in-house. And that's all I have.
So what do you do with your spare time, Rudy?
Thank you for your report. Any questions, comments from the board?
Yeah, just a couple.
Yes.
On the whiteboards, Mr. Trevino, how many do we have left? Or is that going to be continuing projects for like a couple of years, or?
That's something that we would have to go campus by campus and get a number from every principal.
Okay.
And actually walk them and come up with a common size and see where we're at. I know that the business office has been working with several campuses already as far as lining them up to continue purchasing so that we can continue installing.
What's the lifespan of a whiteboard? I mean, once you saw, it's pretty long, right?
That I would not be able to.
I'm just curious if we're ever going to catch up. That's where I'm going with my question. Because like the chillers, we have a plan for most chillers, right? So
Yes.
we're installing 6. How many more do we have on chillers
I think
left?
on the whiteboard installation, we could catch up. It just depends if you want to do, you've got a lot of classrooms, especially at the elementaries, with 3 walls that are still, with the chalkboards up.
Okay.
And it just depends, if we're going to go with only 1, well then, that'll move fairly quicker.
Okay. On the huts, are they functional now?
The huts, they were re-roofed, and
Right.
we're currently working with Chief we're starting to build a portable one that we're going to be placing at Row on the southeast corner of the drive.
Okay. And you're going to talk about the plan to staff them later, Dr. Gonzalez?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. As a matter of fact, I met with Chief and with Ruben on last Friday, and we looked at all the huts, the locations, and we already have the staff in place. We're in the process of hiring. And another thing is that we met with Ms. Peña over at Lamar, and we're going to have an officer there 100% of the time, officers rotating through. So Ruben's going to be working with Chief and building a kiosk. So when you walk into Lamar High School, you'll see an officer there at all times.
Okay.
So that's another great addition.
Okay. In regards to the row roof, I know this morning that traffic was backed up. I think people didn't know they could drop off at the gym. So everyone was trying to go to the back. So I know you have your construction items in the parking lot there, but I don't see Mr. Elizondo, but in my understanding, we're still going to have access to drop off by the gym area.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The laydown area is only within the fenced area.
Okay.
Around the band practice area.
Okay.
So it shouldn't affect any of the drives.
Okay. So hopefully it'll take care of itself as it goes. I didn't realize the gym memorial was being done this week. Is it affecting any volleyball games? Or anything?
No, it's been scheduled. I believe Memorial High School volleyball team is traveling out.
Okay.
So that's a chance that we have to give it the 48-hour wait.
And I know my last question, we've been talking about your paving projects. Are we going to be discussing that as far as our committee to try to prioritize which ones want to do first, or what's the plan, the initial plan
On the paving,
on the paving, the Bulldog Drive, McAllen, and Morris?
those 3, we have a budget set in place that was approved, and it's now in place as far as, after July 1st. I've met already with our on-call civil, and we feel that all 3 can be worked on at the same time this coming summer,
Okay.
and that's the
what I
plan.
was asking for summer. Okay.
Unless we have, but it's going to be hard to have a window.
For during
in
the
between.
break.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I have, sir.
Mr. Arvalo, that's all?
Yes, sir.
Any other questions from this?
I had a question.
Trustee Rivera.
Mr. Trevino, we didn't get a financial report, the price tags of these projects and the source of funds. Could you make that available to us? Whether it came out of fund balance, regular budget, reserve funds, where it came from?
Yes, sir. We'll have it in the next
Pretty
meeting.
extensive list of projects. I do want to know how we paid for those.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other thoughts or questions? Yes, sir, trustee.
On the resurfacing, and Mr. Alonso touched on, they're just putting a new coat of wax, they're not stripping it, right? And doing
No.
The logo and everything.
No,
again.
the logos stay there. They come in with a real fine pad, just to kind of take, everything off the top and then put a new coat of varnish.
Sand it down.
So it's not a complete redo of the wood or any of the logos.
Okay. And on the campuses where they pulled out the old bleachers, a lot of them had those old wooden bleachers.
Yes, sir.
Is the contractor hauling all that away? What are we doing?
We kept as much of the good wood that we could, and we have it stored at the old Tigben Zavala cafeteria. And we're reusing as much wood as we can for forms or wherever we can use it and paint it and reuse some of it.
Okay.
And the steel and all that was hauled off.
Hold off. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Any other questions from the board? I have a couple of questions. The stadium, the installation of the flagpole, what's the time frame for that?
The installation of the flagpole, sir, is scheduled for this Wednesday. It's a 60-foot flagpole. The company's coming down from Dallas. We were able to get 3 different quotes, and it's a 60-foot aluminum, state-of-the-art, nice flagpole that's going to be located on the northeast area of the stadium.
So as you're facing the sign, facing to north, it's going to be on the right?
On the right-hand side, yes, sir.
Thank you. And handrails at the stadium?
Handrails, we had 2 quotes in place, visited with Mr. Chanin, Miguel Chanin, the structural engineer, to get his approval on whether to do the coring or to do the actual drilling on the plates for handrails. He recommended the plates versus the coring because of the, I guess, the age of the concrete. And that's already in place to get ordered so that we can have them installed this season.
What time frame are we looking at for install?
The last I heard was a 3-week lead time, 3 to 4 week lead time.
And I know we have a list, a comprehensive list that was prepared over a year ago regarding HVACs
Yes.
throughout the district. Where are we on the HVAC cooling for the McAllen gym?
As far as the McAllen gym, I know there was an event, what was it, a week ago? The volleyball tournament?
Fest.
We had one of the chillers, not the cooling towers outside, which are the new ones, but inside the chiller room, one chiller was down. So that's the reason that we were experiencing kind of on the warmer side. Now that the chiller's up, we had the company come down from Corpus. There was a leak in one of the inner tubes. It got already taken care of, and everything is back up and running. So it's as far as the cooling, once we install the new cooling towers, we gave it more of a redundancy. But yes, we do. I agree that the gym is probably going to be needing some reinforcement in the years to come. You know.
So was this a failure of a part that just normal wear and tear life expectancy is at its point?
Yes, it was a leak on the Freon side.
All right. Thank you. Any other questions?
I just want to piggyback off here. So if there's 2 games there, volleyball games, or McAllen Memorial, whoever, what's your confidence level that it's going to stay, it's going to work? Because I know this has been going on for a while, and it wasn't just warm, it was hot. Like the floor was not unplayable, but it was getting there. They had to stop to wipe the sweat off. So I guess what I'm asking is, and I hear you that's a part, but if you said we need to continue to address the issue, is this something we need to do now?
It's been an ongoing issue since I came on board.
Right.
We did have our engineer look into it, and I believe he does have the information that we need. I can present it, and if we need to go forward, we'll move forward with a new system for the gym, a standalone system only.
Well, I mean, I don't know the money involved and all that, but I'd like to hear the report at least so we can make a decision. Because if we're going to have this problem throughout the year, you're going to, we need to do something.
Thank you, Trustee Alvarado. Any other questions, comments? We're on the list that was provided to us that prioritize all the cooling systems throughout the district. Where is the McAllen gym in that regard, that cooler?
I'll have to go back and look at the list, but I know it is on there, and it's been a concern, for since the cooling towers were being installed.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your report.